Right, Dunks. First of all, I just want to address the elephant in the room, which was the argument that we had last week.
It's going downhill with this fucking podcast.
I was just making a generic fish pun.
Shut up! Got it.
What type of fish is a bass?
It's a bass.
Oh, fuck off, it's a bass, you idiot. Based around fish-related puns. Do you think that we need some sort of, like, relationship or marriage counselling?
Nah.
So before we start, I just want you to both know that this is a safe place and you can say whatever you want without fear of judgment.
I don't like Desperados 3.
Get the fuck out right now!
I'm sorry. Sorry, I lashed out. I don't know what came over me. So Duncan, what brought you here today?
Okay.
In the last episode, I felt that Harry tried to embarrass me. Shelf in front of everybody. He shamelessly ridiculed me and laughed at me over the pronunciation of a word that would have made sense had he just shut the fuck up for another minute. And I found it really difficult to take, especially during episode 29 when we discussed Death's Door. Harry kept pronouncing avarice as avarice. And you know what? I did nothing because I'm a great mate.
And how did that make you feel?
Well, like I wasn't a great mate.
You're tearing me apart, Duncan. Of course you're a great mate. It's not my fault that you can't take a fucking joke.
Yeah, okay. I know I'm funnier than you, but is that all I am to you? It is just a joke.
Well, that's not what I said, is it, Duncan? So clearly you're just twisting my words, all right?
And how does that make you feel?
Well, it sort of makes me feel...
Not you, Harry!
Oh.
It just makes me feel like Harry... Sorry, I'm just so upset. It makes you feel like Harry regards Duncan Voices Indie Choices as nothing more than a throwaway segment, and I just worked really hard and put like 20 seconds into that review and coming up with some fish puns, and Harry, true to form, just had to take a big piss on my bonfire because, Harry, you know what? Not everything needs to be a pair of your pissy soaked shorts.
Oh, well,
so,
right.
so how does that make you feel?
I just told you how that makes me feel.
Yeah, but how does it make you feel?
Shaun, are you?
And how does that make you feel?
Oh, God.
Harry, I think Harry, Shaun might be a bit broken.
No, Duncan. I think it's us that's broken.
Okay, fine. So where do we go from here then, Harry? Hey, do we just bury our feelings down and pretend everything is fine, like back in June 2015 when I was sat adjacent to you at my new job, and then you didn't buy enough pizza and you left 6 weeks later, and all those times I've waded in to defend you in arguments having with dickheads on Facebook? I mean, does that mean nothing to you now? Is that all I am to you? It's just a fishy punching bag. I mean, imagine the smell. You didn't think of the smell, you bitch!
I mean, I guess so.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Can we just fucking hurry up? Because I'm going to play Forza.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. How does that make you feel?
Oh, fuck off, Shaun.
I love how you went back to episode 29 for the Death's Door reference.
It's avarice, isn't it?
It's avarice. No. I've been sitting on that for months.
Really?
Yeah. It's not some fucking Swedish dance music like DJ. Avarice. Fucking hell. I was listening to it.
Oh. Imagine that level on Death's Door, you drop down and just the Peachy starts playing.
You know what?
Listen, tiny crow knocking about.
Oh my God. It is avarice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's well annoying. Why is it called avarice? What does that even mean?
Because that's how it's pronounced.
When do
What's
they ever pronounce it
avarice?
that way? I know. Fuck off. Do one, you fish cunt.
Oh. And with that, welcome to Gamers Watch, episode 43.
No, that's not the intro.
As always, I am Shaun, and with me is Harry.
Hello, Havarici.
And Duncan.
Hi, you great mates.
And our very special guest today is Gaz from Game On Daily.
Hi, everyone. No, just sorry. Just give me a second. Oh, hey, boys! I'm ready to get started.
I want what he's having. Oh. I can't believe that Gaz is here. It's been weeks in the making, and here we are. Welcome to the show, Gaz. It's nice to have you.
It's nice to be here. Thank you for having me. You guys are going to regret this, but
I'm sure we will. At least now we know what the sauce is mainly made of. It's Coca-Cola's old recipe.
Yes, it is.
How are you, dude? You doing good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just came off the back of filming some sauce, ready to get sauced. Looking forward to being on Gamers Watch, man. You guys are onto bigger, better things. Unless you get cancelled, which is the likelihood is high. So
to be fair,
I
I've
will
said some
enjoy
things that I'm surprised that we haven't yet been cancelled.
Listen, I feel you. I feel you because I have that eternal struggle. Asa's always constantly face palming, and so I'll join you in the cancelled bin after all the hard work we both put in. Yeah.
We're going to be in the Game Station bargain bin for £3.50 in no time. So yeah, honestly, it's wicked to have you. It's sort of a bit surreal for me, especially because a year ago this show of ours didn't exist, and I was just watching your stuff on YouTube. And now here you are, snorting coke in the introduction of our podcast. So no, it's awesome to have you on.
Mate, thank you. It's a pleasure. And honestly, you speak way too highly of us because over a year ago, we weren't even on YouTube. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, God.
No, actually, it was just over a year. So, but I know for a fact you weren't watching me then because there were only like 3 people watching, unless that was you.
Who the hell am I thinking of
Harry.
Well, I've been watching your stuff since our show's been going, so give me that at least. You know what, Shaun, just move on. Shaun, move on. Do the fucking the rest of the intro. Go. No, but seriously, I've been watching your stuff since we've been going, and I fucking love it because you just don't give a shit. You just don't care, and I love that energy about you. It's awesome. And
you, likewise, you guys are the same, and I love that. And I watch your stuff. And when Asa reached out to me, actually, Asa clocked your stuff before I did because I'm swimming in the sauce all the time. You know what that means. Asa was like, "Yo, you need to check these guys out. Their stuff is really cool." And normally I'm like, "Yeah, okay, Asa, you're not the visuals guy. What are you talking about?" Also, Asa saying nice things, like he doesn't communicate with me. So when he does, I was like, okay.
When he does talk to you, he's like, "Dude, I think you may have gone too far this time."
He never says, "Dude." This is Asa. He's a robot. But yeah, no. When he showed it to me, I was like, "Yo, that is amazing. How are these guys not big? But it's coming. Trust me." That's what she said.
I'm putting the pounds on, so I am certainly getting bigger myself. I don't know about everyone else through lockdown.
Oh, I've been big all my life.
Oh, mate, I'm massive right now. But I'm down
so big right now.
No.
We're off to a good start.
Yeah, no, we are. But no, honestly, you guys are going to be huge. I'm just beg you to be consistent because you're destined for greatness.
Oh, we will. I will be consistently annoying, and Shaun will consistently have to tell me to shut the fuck up for many more years. Isn't that right, Shawny boy?
Yep.
How many years have you been putting up with me for now?
God, what, 15?
Yeah.
More than that?
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're only on 6, Duncan.
I'm on a 6 stretch so far. Yeah.
Fuck you guys. Shaun, do the rest of the fucking intro.
Okay, so if you enjoy this podcast, and even if you claim to have watched us before we existed, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Gamers Watch Crew. subscribe to us on YouTube, which is youtube.com/gamerswatch. And then on your platform of choice, give this episode a little like, comment, or review. And don't forget to share it with your local marriage counsellor. And also on YouTube, hit the notification bell so when Harry changes the time again, you won't miss it.
No, I'm not changing the time anymore. It's done. It's over. The time is now set in stone. I'm not going to be affected by any sort of daylight saving times bullshit. However, I do just want to say, I'm speaking to someone at the moment who's potentially a guest in the future who lives in Australia. And did you know that Australia have 5 different time zones split across 3 different locations? And that if you're in Northern Australia, you are half an hour behind Southern Australia right now. How stupid is that? They've got half an hour different time zones.
That's annoying as hell.
Yeah, and geographically, Adelaide is directly below Darwin, but Adelaide is currently half an hour in front of Darwin for no reason whatsoever. So those daylight savings can fuck themselves big time.
To be fair, they probably didn't have much of an educational system in prison, so...
Oh my God.
I think that's the worst joke I've ever made.
No, you can't say that, because now he's not going to want to come on the show. I got the ghost of Steve Irwin to come on the show. And now it's not going to happen. Sorry, mate. Well, there we go. Yeah, I'm not changing the time. That is it. It's set in stone. 7:30 GMT and all that lot. Did you say that already?
I didn't say times, no. 7:30 GMT, 2:30 Eastern, and then 11:30 Pacific.
I think you should put the Adelaide and Darwin times on the banner as well now, just to make sure.
I'll add them.
Yeah.
Okay. Christ alive. Yeah, for any of our Adelaide and Darwin listeners, which I think we do have some people in Australia listening to us, sort your fucking times out, basically. It's really dumb. It's stupid.
Thanks for listening, though, guys.
Yeah, really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Buy our bloody merch.
Yeah, buy our merch and have it cost like $800 to send down under. Shall we talk about our guest, who I have already embarrassed myself in front of?
That's not even possible, but okay.
Yeah, Gaz, honestly, like, we've already whacked lyrical about your stuff that I wasn't watching a year ago, but I know that I've been watching it while we've been doing this podcast, so shut up, Shaun. Honestly, thank you so much for coming on. Where and how can people find your content if they had, say, a time machine and they could go back maybe 10 minutes?
You've got GameOnDaily.com. A lot of people don't know, but that's the serious beast that brought me and Asa together. They're very ambitious. Asa did the spiel last time, but we are working towards something really ambitious there. And we've built something that's really intricate. Definitely not a lot of people using it yet, as it's still in development, and we still, keep running out of money. But we keep pushing stuff to development. Things are already in the works, almost ready to push the button on the platform. But as it stands, it's quite ambitious. So that's where our core content is, which is basically your content, because you guys can just submit. It's made for the community. It's to redress the balance in discourse and gaming. We were so sick and tired of some of the big players dominating the space. Why not help? The gaming world is so diverse. Why not help those communities interact with each other in our platform? So there's Game On Daily. You know about the YouTube channel, which was something I was intent on doing. Asa said nah, and then I convinced him to do it, and now it's a big part of us. It's where my passion lies. So YouTube, Game On Daily, one word. And honestly, if it wasn't for my full-time job, I would be working on Souls videos and just general gaming videos all the time. So there's that. Hopefully we will explore stuff, actually, not saying too much, but in terms of streaming, we want to build a core team that aren't boring as fuck to then stream with. So we're definitely doing the streaming thing quite seriously, which means we'll have to kick out Asa because he's boring as fuck. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry, kidding, Asa. I'm kidding. You're fun. I think I've never watched one of your Twitch streams. Yeah. No, we're going to do that. He's going to kill me for that. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, Asa.
Yeah, caveat. He definitely has watched one of your streams, at least one of them.
Yeah, I have watched one of his. I do invade his streams, talk shit, and then leave. Sorry, I just feel like I'm just wanking myself off while I'm talking about this bit.
No, it's fine. I'm here for
fine.
it.
Okay,
Cope
you can
me.
do it for me. Then it's not really wanking.
I mean, to be fair, we've not had many guests that prior to them coming on have asked me to prepare my anus. So honestly, if you want to do it yourself and I can save my anus, then I'm totally happy for you to do that.
Well, just prepare any. I hope you have.
I have. Don't worry, I have.
That's good.
I'm douched and ready to go.
Well, I've got a sauce just to lubricate things.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so we have really ambitious goals. I know we're not very PC, or I'm not very PC, but part of the discourse
offers to bum a podcast host.
But it's not. But the spirit is well in this day and age where it feels like you have to walk on eggshells. And for someone who runs an aggregation platform, I do think, and this may sound silly, but I do think we have a responsibility to make sure that we allow all kinds of discourse. And it really does come from that position, because Asa's like, mate, you're mental. You can't do that stuff. I'm like, yeah, but we have a responsibility. Don't want to gatekeep discourse. Don't want to say this is what you can say, this is what you can't say. And I know we're in tricky, weird, transitional times where people are addressing the injustices in life, and things are a bit weird about, the freedom of speech and what's acceptable, what isn't. And I understand that. But what I don't want, and, one of my big life, inspirations is Dave Chappelle. And he is so intelligent to me. He's one of my life experience. Be raw is what he says. Be true to yourself. So that's my mantra, and it doesn't come from a bad place, I don't think. It just means you get to see a lot of hemoglobin, semen, and sweat on our videos.
You get to watch
the byproduct of it.
Bowl. One of my favorite things is when you went bowling with the SSD and you literally bowled an SSD into a Series X. It's what I love so much about your source videos is that you can tell that you just think of something funny and you're like, fuck it, let's do it. And when it works, it's brilliant. And we'll have it on our show where we'll try something, it won't work. That's why Tom isn't on the show anymore. No, I'm joking. We love you, Tom. But it's, you try something. If it doesn't work, then, big deal, whatever. Like, you just try something different. And it's why every time a source video comes out, I can't wait to see what madness you've come up with, because it doesn't come from a place of like anger or upset. It's just you having fun. And I think there's a lot of people within gaming media, and we're trying to be different, where we don't come at it from an emotional level. We just want to have fun. There are so many people who take this far too seriously, and they but their whole identity becomes plastic box made by $1 billion company. But like, we're just here to have fun. Like,
exactly.
That's all we want to do.
It's just in just bringing fun in the game. I was just like, why is everyone so tightly wound up? Also, people did say I didn't come across as myself, because in real life I am pretty mad. So that was me being myself.
So you get to unleash yourself.
Yeah, my final form has not been unleashed. But yeah, that's it. Yeah.
No, I really like that. Now, we are shortly going to be talking about what has happened in the last 2 weeks with Xbox, especially with Forza. But I just wanted to ask you from a quick fire point of view. So far, obviously, you are a big proponent for Xbox, and it's not to say you're an Xbot, because I fucking hate that. But you like Xbox, big deal, whatever. You like a plastic box. But what have your highlights so far, highlights been of 2021 as an Xbox gamer?
Mostly the tears of PlayStation fanboy. Sorry, that was a very Xbot answer. So no, serious. With all seriousness, I was at the front lines of the last gen watching Xbox struggle. There's a very not famous or infamous clip of me on TV telling everyone to buy a PlayStation instead of Xbox, but I did so. Yeah, it's really bad.
Jamie, if you can just get that up for me, please. Shit, wrong podcast.
Shout out Joe Rogan. But I think there's so many, which is really good because it was so rare last gen. Yeah. But the highlight for me, what do I pick? The year's not even over yet. Halo Infinite might become my highlight by far, and that's up in the air for me because, as people know, I'm very critical on that. But for now, and in the immediacy of its release, Forza Horizon has left a massive smile on my face. So that is most likely my highlight of the Xbox so far. There were other late realizations. So I was in the midst of moving house, and I was primarily a PC gamer actually, because the way my house setup was when I was in transition of moving, and I bought a 65 OLED and I gave it to my parents because they loved it. And now I'm getting an OLED being delivered to my house tomorrow. So I've been playing on a 1080p. Well, it's actually a ultra wide monitor. So I haven't been experiencing the Xbox that much until very recently, but playing on a widescreen monitor that is, long story short, I just can't play it at 4K yet. But I've been in parties with Dealer and Colt, and they're like, mate, you're such a massive Xbox fan, yet you play on PC so much. And now you're on Xbox, you're playing at 1080p, you're such a fraud. I'm like, mate, don't judge me. This is my life. The point of this is, when I actually middle of this year finally got to realize how much of a game changer the Series X is, especially compared to PC. Things like, when it does work, quick resume.
Oh, yeah. That
has changed the way I play. No, it really does. I have severe ADHD, and I'm a magpie. I see something shiny. Oh, let's go there. And my attention wanes. So then I keep bouncing back and forth between different titles. I thought that was a gimmick. I was wrong. So quick resume has been a big game changer for me, and that's a massive highlight for me. But in terms of games, Forza Horizon just makes me smile, and really excited for the future of Fable.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Duncan is, you can hear from that guttural moan that has just escaped from him. I think you said it last week, didn't you, Duncan, where you would literally not play another game just so you could play Fable.
Yeah. I mean, just based on Horizon 5, and was it you, Harry, that said that like this isn't even, or maybe it's Dutch? Like this isn't even
the
like
next gen version. No.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm going to lose it when it comes out.
So yeah, the Forza Horizon 5 game engine they're using is the last of the previous gen. So that's the reason that the cross-gen play works so well, is because it's been developed on last generation's game engine. The one that they're doing for Forza Motorsport 7 is the next gen one. So there won't be a cross-gen Forza Motorsport, but that's the same game engine they're using for Fable. Let's just say that in the last 3 months, I was quite critical of what Xbox were doing, especially with Halo. And I'm now actually at a point where I am very, very excited for the short-term future, including Halo. 343 still don't do it for me, but the moves just that Xbox have done with Forza, like in the last really couple of weeks, have cemented to me that they've got some really good studios working for them. Playground are an elite AAA studio as far as I'm concerned. There's no way that you can just say, oh, it's just a racing game, because what they've done is, well, it's not my words, it's Digital Foundry, is the first true next-gen experience and one of the most staggering games they've ever played. From the locked 30 in quality mode or the locked 60 in performance mode, from it playing on original Xbox One all the way up to the Series X. It's a technical marvel. And so Xbox know what they're doing. And I've not felt like that for a long time. I'm like you, Gaz. I was one of the dumbasses that bought Sea of Thieves day one. I bought into the hype of Crackdown 3. I've waited 15 years now for a new Viva Pinata. I've not felt this excited about being an Xbox gamer really since the 360 era. I'm really genuinely quite excited.
Definitely. It's huge. I'm just with you. I'm with you there. It's such a big game change. It's good to be excited for Xbox. It's good to be excited. And it's good for the industry. I think PlayStation, well, obviously deserved the props they got last gen, but I still think they coasted a bit on the back of the failings of Xbox. But I think PlayStation will still deliver bangers. They'll have fire lit up their asses. So it's actually good for PlayStation fans as well. And I like my PlayStation games, but yeah, I am more sort of bloody obvious. I'm massively more Xbox. But at the same time, I'm also much more critical, I think, of Xbox as a symptom of that. But who
Yeah,
knows?
definitely. I mean, I speak to Fonz quite a lot, and obviously he gets accused every day of being a pony or an Xbot, depending on what side of the bed he wakes up on. And one of the things I love about him so much is that he is critical of Xbox when it needs it. He has an opinion. He doesn't hold it to anyone else, and he's just like, dude, that's what I think. If you don't think it, cool, so be it. I'm going to go off the back of that last question and say, does Horizon 5 go towards your Game of the Year list?
Yes, it does. It does. It really does. It's if Halo beats Forza Horizon 5, I know it's on the cutoff period of whatever stupid arbitrary rule people have for 2021.
Yeah, apparently December 2021 isn't actually 2021 or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I don't know who set that precedent, but if Halo beats Forza for my Game of the Year, then that game is special. I'm sure it will be, but that's special to beat Forza. Forza Horizon 5, I think, beyond just the echo chamber, the game in itself is a marvel. It really is. And I have questions regarding how playground games can take it forward after this. There are several ways, though, but yeah, I wonder what they'll do.
I mean, every single time that they've been asked to do something that pushes the boundaries, they've done it. So I have absolute, it's the opposite of 343 for me, is I have absolute faith that Playground could turn around tomorrow and be like, hey, we're going to make a game about punching babies in the face. And I'd be like, yeah, cool, do whatever you want to do, guys. I totally trust you can make that good. Like, they can do no wrong in my eyes at the moment, and they prove it time and time again. So what is the game you're most looking forward to coming up then? Obviously, you've mentioned Fable, but there are so many other things in the works for Xbox right now.
You mean just 2021 or the
in general, just in anything that they've announced? It could be the Top Gun expansion for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It could be Fable. It could be Starfield. It could be any multitude of things.
So many things. It's just so nice to be... You get lost in so many games. There's so much. I'm a massive sci-fi nerd in the sense that, not like I love sci-fi. I love Interstellar. I love that kind of sci-fi setup. Blade Runner 2049, for instance, is my best game. What the hell does that sound? Sound like a baby getting punched in the face.
It's not Playground Games, is it?
No, it's a fox. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, in the background. Sorry, it's not Playground Game. So Starfield could be something really special. I'm hoping they do something really special with some hard sci-fi.
Yeah.
So that I'm really hyped for. Perfect Dark, I'm a little bit not concerned, but with the whole studio thing, normally that would be the front runner, but I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening with that studio.
Now, something interesting I did hear about Starfield. It was in Metro. I don't know if you all saw it, but apparently it might still come to the PlayStation 5. Who knows? Who fucking knows who writes that shit? Yeah. Apparently,
who wrote that?
Metro have it on really good authority. Yeah, even though literally Xbox said it's not coming to PlayStation 5, but who knows? Maybe they were just clickbaiting everybody. Yeah, Perfect Dark. I lost almost all hype for that when the whole studio stuff came about. And it obviously hasn't helped since the Square Enix basically said that Avengers was shit because of Crystal Dynamics. That doesn't help. But
yeah, it doesn't.
I'm very excited for Xbox, and it leads quite well onto the next bit, and we can all have a chat about this. Is, do we think that Xbox have turned a corner this generation? Just very quickly, Shaun, have you got the numbers of how many people are currently playing Forza as we record this on the day of release?
Not right now. Earlier today, it was just over 3 million. But that was like morning. So I don't know what it is at now.
So that was 8 hours after launch. There was 3 million. The last I checked, it was 3.5 million people.
I think it's like the third highest rated Xbox Studios game for like concurrent users on Steam as well.
Yes,
75,000 or something like that.
Yeah, it's popped off big time, and we've spoken about this, myself, Shaun and Duncan. We've all spoken about the utter fucking genius that was that premium bundle. I've already spoken to 3 people I work with who, since they saw screenshots and reviews of Forza Horizon 5 have gone out and got themselves a Series S with Game Pass just to play it, and have then bought the premium bundle to play it 2 days early. That's how hyped they are. There's a guy I work with, Shaun. He might not be listening to this, and he spells his name the wrong way. Cian, stupid
Bastard.
And he has, in the space of 3 days, got himself a Series S, got himself Game Pass Ultimate, got himself the premium bundle for Forza, and has then bought himself a full racing setup.
Wow.
And that is what Forza is doing. And the
And then
premium
they say car
bundle,
games can't be game of the year and there's that shit happening. It's insane.
yeah,
It's just so stupid.
I've never known an Xbox game to be talked about more than a Call of Duty game on social media.
And the same time of release as well.
I saw nothing good about Vanguard whatsoever. Funnily enough, the only thing I saw about it was the tweet I put out of the split screen tearing. I've seen nothing about Call of Duty Vanguard. And for an Xbox Studio racing game to have 3 million people playing it 8 hours after launch, with 1 million of those having bought the premium bundle, they're making money hand over fist. So that argument of Game Pass doesn't make money, it cannot exist anymore. This premium bundle... Although, yes, it's not going to work for every game, and we had a little chat about Halo Infinite, how we possibly wouldn't work for that because you're giving people an unfair advantage to play online for a week prior to other people. But, mate, I put a tweet out, and I can't believe how much it exploded, just to say, how many people do you think would buy a premium bundle for Halo to give them a week prior to release to play the campaign and to play multiplayer? It got something like 300 odd votes. And between them, the majority of the people said 2 million people or more. 45% of the people that voted think that more than 2 million people would buy a premium bundle at £89 for the game or £35 in Game Pass Ultimate. They're just making money hand over fist.
It's so clever using FOMO as the marketing driver for it. Because I think if I wasn't on Twitter, I probably wouldn't have been that fussed because I'm not really into like racing games or anything. But just seeing kind of how excited people were, and obviously me and Harry do like Xbox share thing, so we bought it, and then I was so happy to be playing it. Because I remember when Flight Simulator came out, and the only kind of real kind of assets and things they were using were just some kooky little boarding pass graphics, and I haven't seen much of that at all, apart from literally everyone playing it is doing the marketing for them. It's just genius. It is so clever how they've done it. It does make me like a little nervous for Halo, because a few of us have been talking about it. Like, it doesn't really matter so much with Forza because there's not so much of a story, but do you let people in early on a free-to-play Halo multiplayer by paying for it, or do you potentially spoil the story beforehand? So it makes me nervous how well this has gone, which feels a real catch-22 thing to say. Like, I'm really chuffed to bits that it's absolutely smashed it and everyone's just so happy to be playing it. It's a really lovely thing to see. But then on the other hand, I'm like, oh, hopefully like they don't get a bit greedy now and slap it on every single game possible. But we'll see.
I think they might do with Halo. It's a good concern to have. Yeah. Because I think when you see the way Forza's done it, there's a question on sustainability and Game Pass. I do think the cost is quite high there. How much they're recouping or they're breaking even because of the lack of transparency in those numbers. I think the question, because the deal is so good, everyone, including myself, always thinks, how are you making money? But this early kind of release is a perfect example of how Microsoft can benefit and make that money back, because that Xbox Live Gold hike, that attempted hike, to me said a lot about Microsoft's position there, because you'd have to be a blithering idiot to know that was going to cause issues. But they knew it. They kind of did it anyway and immediately went back on it. And that to me says like they're finding ways to reconcile the lack of a better word, dankness of Xbox Game Pass. I mean, but like, I invite it. I think it's good. Like 4 or 5 days, depends on how you handle it. You're right, though. Is it going to be multiplayer only? I do think, by the way, I can, crucify me when I'm wrong about this, but I do think the Halo will get a early release for the multiplayer.
I think it will as well.
And I don't think they're shy about putting Halo content behind a paywall, because I was just looking on my little action figure website earlier, and you can buy a Nerf Needler gun, and you get exclusive content in Halo with that gun. And I just those little things, like I get it because it's all marketing, but it just makes me a little bit shifty.
Yeah, I hate
So
that shit.
people were going nuts because they couldn't buy a can of Rockstar because it had Master Chief on it, and you win a fucking shader. Oh, come on, I hate all that.
No, I hate that as well. I hate that as well. And the people are unashamedly buying that, and no mentioning no names, but they were promoting that. I'm like, mate, that's just a shitty thing. But yeah, there are concerns there, but generally I think it's very positive. Some people are so entitled though. I thought it was day and date on Xbox Game Pass. Oh, you stupid piece of shit. What the fuck do you want? Like, okay, I don't know why I didn't censor that bit. But it's like, oh mate, like, it's unsustainable, they can't afford it. Why is it not day and date? You absolute toss buckets. I don't know, couldn't think of something.
You can say whatever you want here. They're cunts is what they are.
Oh wow, I can say the C word.
Yeah, go for it.
Shit, this is better than go live. Okay.
You heard that, Shaun. He said it, not me. I mean, Shaun, how have you felt then with what's gone on with Xbox over the last sort of like 2 weeks?
Well, I was gonna, when you said about the whole turn the corner thing, I was gonna say, I think they're coming out of the apex. I'd say they haven't completely turned it yet, because after their E3 conference, there was an article I done on the ILP website, Lognet, basically saying that like it felt like that was the moment where Xbox went from making like promises to delivering on them. And then if you look from that point to now, it's been good, really good, but there's still been some sort of little bits they need to tweak. So like we had Microsoft Flight Simulator, which was a bit broken on the first day with the servers and that, but again, it can't be helped sometimes. Then we had, there was a game they kept, the cyberpunk sort of game. It was The Ascent, which was broken beyond belief at times. But then on the plus side, they've also, with that E3 conferencing, we've had my personal 2 games of the year with Psychonauts 2 and Forza Horizon 5. So I think they're still turning it. So there's little tweaks here and there that need to be done, but they are very much on the right track now.
So what you're saying is that
and
Halo Infinite,
obviously, I was going to say, obviously,
make or break.
Not make or break. I think they won't go back to how like barren it was before the Series X, but I think they're on the right track. But and I was going to say, with the E3 conference since then, we've had all the Infinite news of like no Forge and co-op on launch and stuff like that. But yeah, Halo, the game itself remains to be seen, because obviously haven't played it yet. But they're coming out of the corner. They've turned it. They just need to straighten up.
They've turned the corner. They've applied the brake prior to the corner. They followed the red line.
It's the line's gone blue.
The line's gone blue. They're turning round, and they just need to make sure not to put too much gas on. Yeah,
just don't have too much oversteer as you're coming out.
Mate, you can't oversteer in Forza and get nice pictures of the side of your wheels. It does my head in. That's my gripe with Forza. How can it be fucking game of the year?
Your gripe.
5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Fucking 1
2 out of 10. Not enough mariachi bands.
Yeah, not enough mariachi bands, and you can run over dogs. So Duncan,
I can't believe I was heartbroken when I done that.
Shit! Yeah, I completely forgot. Duncan, you saw that video, didn't you?
I can't believe that was in it.
So Gaz, I'm not sure if you're aware, but did you know that you can run over dogs in Forza?
I saw a dog, and I thought it was like the sheep in the last game that was just infinitely dodge and go.
No. So Shaun posted a video in our DM group, and he's doing a rallycross event in the Hoonigan, and you just see this little blob just on the right hand side, and you hear a boom.
No way.
He just fucking annihilates this dog. He just tears it to fucking pieces.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I was like mid corner as well, so there was no way of like course correcting. It was
basically what should have happened is it should have gone. I guess you're wondering how I got here. Let me tell you. Honestly, he looked in his rearview mirror and there's a little boy there going, no, puppy, my dog.
But the thing is, they've coded that noise in of the dog like whimpering, so they know that people are going to try and hit dogs.
So
like,
people went mental
move.
over Back for Blood, over pretend noises of the N-word, and nobody's going mental that you can literally run over dogs in Forza.
I'm going to go for a gazelle next.
Yeah, but Shaun just showed me this video, and I was like, "What's that blob? What is that? Let me just turn the volume up." Yeah, it was
wait till
horrendous.
Peter find out, then they're not gonna.
Oh, they're going to be all over it. So yeah, Shaun, thank you for letting me know that you can literally run over dogs in Forza. Have you done it again since?
No, literally just that one time.
You didn't just like press rewind, like let's do that again.
No, it's
get box of tissues out.
The first thing that came into my mind was, I'll capture that and send it to Harry.
That'll go well with the depressed monkey story.
Crippled dog.
Oh my god, you won't believe what Shaun did to this dog in Forza.
Dog sexual.
Why?
On that, I don't know how we're going to move on to your game, Duncan. Should we talk about the lovely little game that you've been playing?
Well, you're giving it away now. What he thinks of it?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying it's a lovely little game. I've got to put on my. What was it you called it? The voice choice, Duncan voice choice.
Last week was just an angry blur. I can't remember what we said.
Although out of it, indie voice choice voice.
Indie choice voice.
Out of it though did come my presentation on what to do if someone's having a stroke, which is face, ass, something, thighs. So if someone's having a stroke, check their face. And if they're a little bit out of it, squeeze their ass. And if they don't slap your hand away, you do something and then squeeze their thighs.
Put your hand on their thigh.
Yeah, and then they are out of a stroke. So, on that...
How do you not get reported? Like,
I don't know. I don't know. But that is going to be turned into a shirt, by the way. That is going to be added to the merch line. Is the Gamers Watch stroke awareness routine. Face, ass, something, thighs. So I've got to get into character now. So this week on Duncan Voices Indie Choices, Duncan has been playing the beautiful little indie puzzle game called Unpacking. So, Duncan, what did you find when you unpacked this game?
Yeah, thanks, Harry, great mate. Hey guys, so any of you like Moving House? And don't lie to me,
Not
I know you
at
hate
all.
it.
It's miserable.
Isn't it the worst thing ever? But I'll tell you what, I bloody loved Unpacking, the game about unpacking off the moving house. You're great, mate.
Is that what the actual game is about?
Yeah, it's literally about unpacking.
Like shit.
Oh, mate, it's so good. Shut up and listen. So it's developed by...
Next week, we're going to have Gaz back to do a marriage counselling with you, Duncan.
So it's developed by a little Aussie studio called Witchbeam, and it's a super zen, really meditative puzzle game about unpacking boxes after a house move. And I've done house moves so many fucking times, and I hate it. But I bloody love this. Like it's so bizarrely good.
I've played it. It's very cathartic.
I was having a real fucking shit day at work, so I kind of popped it on the cloud on my iPads. About 2 hours later, I was still going, like ignoring all my team's messages. Didn't read a fucking email all day. I was just sitting there doing it. But the premise is so simple. So you have so many boxes, and then you open them up, and each time you click on the box, you take an item out, and you need to plonk it somewhere in your house. So you might get some shoes you need to put together in your wardrobe. You'll get your keyboard out, a little mouse. But it sounds so mundane, but it's so absorbing and so chilled out. So it's a puzzle game, but it's got that nice accessible thing where you can just put the stuff down wherever you want if you just want to get through it. Or
it's very loosely puzzle based.
Yeah, so you kind of, as you get later on in the game, and it kind of echoes real life as well. So as you know, I'm 36 now. I've done so many fucking house moves. The more I move, the more shit I have. So kind of every time I move house, I've got the intention of, well, everything's going to fit in its place perfectly. It's going to be really tidy. I'm going to Marie Kondo the shit out of everything and make it all neat. But then you get loads more shit and then you just dump it anywhere. And that's what it's like in the games. It's quite like a realistic house moving game, which sounds so dumb, but I really am not selling it. But it's really kind of contemplative as well.
Not selling it.
No. So
Shut up. Where's the marriage counselor? Just book it now.
And how did that make you feel? No, I will back up Duncan. It's not, your fast-paced AAA action shooter, but it is a very simple pick up and play where you can just sort of switch your brain off for 10 minutes.
It sounds like an extended version of decorating your house in Animal Crossing.
Yeah. End of review. End of review.
Oh my god.
There's a narrative to it as well, which is one of my favourites of the year, which is again mental. So you go through like 6 or 7 different life events. So you'll start off in like 1993 and you're in like your first bedroom at uni. And then as you go through a few years later, you're unpacking and you're obviously with your first partner. Then you have a baby, etc. as you go along. But it's really kind of nicely told. And I found it really kind of contemplative as I was playing it. So like I said, I've done the house moves kind of post breakup. And you have that really shitty feeling of moving into like a single room. Because I remember one of my exes had broke up, moved to Cheltenham, went from a 3-bedroom house to a single room in a shared house, and went through like a pretty severe like mental health kind of crisis almost.
Oh shit!
And as I was playing it, it kind of really almost like helped me kind of it struck a chord with me where I was like, well, I've got through that now, and now I'm at the nice end of my journey. So also married now, living in a nice house with a wife, and don't have to worry about all that. But as you're playing it through the game, you're kind of living this character's like journey, and there's just some really sweet little touches. So you learn about the character through the bits they have. So as you get through, after they break up with their partner because they move into a little apartment, they go travelling because there's all these little trinkets from around the world, and they like to collect little cuddly ducks and things like that. And as you get further along, you learn about their career. It's so clever at how they tell the story. And it reminded me a lot of when I was speaking about Golf Club Wastelands, so where the story was told via the radio station and just through the songs. There was no like big story exposition. It was just really, really subtle ways to tell it.
There weren't any 25-minute Kojima cutscenes.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to walk over here and do a thing, and when I do that thing, it will mean that another thing has happened.
And it's really, really nice because I've been playing Yakuza Like a Dragon, and I'm really near the end of it, and I love it. It's so good, but fuck me, it goes on and on for hours, and I just want to fucking get through the game now. But whereas this, it took me maybe 2 or 3 hours. Really easy to get 1,000 gamer score on it. But I love it. I genuinely love it. So I think about kind of all the games I played this year where I didn't really have any expectations at all that I've loved. So like Golf Club Wastelands, like Flynn, Son of Crimson, Unpacking, all games that I just didn't really have any opinion of before going in, didn't really think much of them, and then left absolutely loving it.
Games that you definitely wouldn't have played without Game Pass.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, it is the Game Pass's amazing thing. So obviously you've got like the AAA end of it, and it's so good to see everyone just loving Forza and everyone in unison is just praising it. But then also there's so many these little gems just knocking about on it that I can't count how many amazing games I've played, little indie ones. And it's made me think about kind of my indie games of the year, and I don't know how I'm going to pick because there's so many that are so great to play. I almost feel like I'd be doing some of them a disservice if I just picked one of them. But great, really recommend it. If you just want to chill out, play it. Fucking great. Thumbs up the bum.
We forgot to do it last week.
Yeah,
so Shaun,
I think
you didn't have to edit it in, did you?
We forgot to do any of our ratings last week.
It was best that we moved on quickly from last week.
So Echo Generation, that's a play, but it's a bit shit. Moonglow Bay was
not even near the bum on Moonglow Bay.
Not
the
even
more I
like
think about it,
the rim.
The more I think about it, the more I dislike it. It's not
That's
terrible.
Not just because we had an argument, is it?
I was going to say you've got the memory of that attached to it now.
No,
he's Pavlovian conditioned himself to hate it because of me.
It's not. It's not the good life.
Just hears me. He turns it on and just hears me going, "It's not a fucking bass. It's a bass, you idiot."
Just to put that to bed. The reason I said bass, because I was saying basically, and basically sounds fucking stupid. Yeah, so the reason I was saying it, but I just put it to bed. Fucking, I swear to God.
So where on the, and as you all know, our review score that Duncan does is our yodeling dick butt-ometer. Where up the forearm does the dick butt travel?
All the way.
All the way, Shaun.
All the way.
So, apologies to everyone listening to this on YouTube. You now have 30 seconds of yodeling.
I'll extend it to a minute just for that.
Oh, Christ. So now that we've talked about Duncan Voice's indie choices, which is Unpacking, which is all the way up to the elbow, should we just fucking talk about Forza? Like, we've got to do it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Should we talk about Forza? Shaun.
What?
You've barely spoken this podcast. Talk about
I've
Forza.
been drinking my beer.
I know you have. You've been posting pictures on Twitter of you drinking the beer instead of interacting with us.
It's in a nice Gamers Watch pint glass, which is available on our Teespring store and nowhere else. So buy or play much. It's great.
I just want to say the name of the segment is Too Forza, Too Furious. So
that makes sense.
It sort of does because it's
Forza Horizon 5 for a start.
Shut the fuck up. The Forza and the Furious 5.
Not even 2 plus 2 makes 5.
The Forza, the Furious 5.
Just want to talk about the fucking game now.
It's good, isn't it? It's good. Shut up. Good, isn't it? Isn't it good? Shaun, tell me it's good. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good, Shaun.
It's very good. It's very good. I like how there is enough accolades that you can basically just do whatever the fuck you want and still reach the end of all the events and games. So if you want to do street racing, you can jump in a BMW and do some street racing. If you want to do some Baja stuff, you can plow across a farmer's field and destroy all his crops. Or if you want to leave any form of drifting or gymkhana where it's showboating racing without any actual racing left untouched, you can do that as well.
Yeah, I'm really not good at the drifting.
I just hate drifting. I've never understood the fun of drifting and gymkhana stuff in real life and games. Because to me, it feels like, the like football where it's like 5-a-side and you're in cages and it's mainly about just trying to show off with skills and actually scoring goals. That's what that feels like in the racing world to me.
Basically, Shaun can't drift in real life. He can't actually drive in real life.
Drive in real life.
No. And he's shit at football. So he takes it out.
I am, yeah.
He takes it out on professionals.
I go to the local field where there's a bunch of like teenagers doing all these skills. So I just look through the cage like, I fucking hate the lot of you.
Basically, you turn up like Mark Corrigan in Peep Show, where he's like, I'm going to put it in the bloody goal hole. Yeah. So what mode is everyone playing on?
What do you
I'm
mean?
on performance.
Oh, performance or quality?
Yeah.
Performance. I want
Yeah.
the 60 frames.
Now,
Yeah.
Dunks, you're on a Series S. How
Yeah.
is it holding up on the Series S?
It looks amazing. I mean, I've left it on quality mainly because I forgot you could change them. But I don't. Well, like the Digital Foundry stuff, it goes right over my head. Is it fun? Yeah, wicked. Crack on. But it looks phenomenal on the S. Like I really want an X to play it, but I struggle to see how much better it could look. So the first thing I did was just zoom in to check like the raindrops and things like that. It just looks bonkers. And I know Dutch has been taking loads of pictures, and he's got an S, and they look like real. It's like a fucking real game, like actual cars. It's incredible. Like
I've never seen something take over my Twitter timeline quite like Forza has.
And it's really lovely because I have my issues with Twitter. Like I have to take a week off every now and then because I get so angry and it really fucks my mental health being on it. But it's been so nice just seeing the outpouring of love for a game that we're all playing at the same time. And it's just drowning out the fucking morons who are like, if you zoom in 400%, there's a pixel missing under this fucking wheel. Those silly fucking nerds. But yeah, it's amazing. I really like that there's something for everyone in it. So I'm not like a huge racing fan at all. But it's fun for me. I can stick it on average difficulty and, blunder my way through and win a race and it's fun. Or I can just go farting about for 10 minutes and smash up some fences. But then I know like the Thistle Do guys have done like the amazing Mario Kart thing. And you get, people, that's their jam. It's all like doing the liveries, and other people will really love the more high skilled, like expert levels on it. What a game. Just, I've maybe had like one or two little bugs, and there's only one thing that's really pissed me off. Is I was doing the, I think it was a Juggernaut showcase, and you had to do what the fuck's it called? Not a sand trap, something like that. Where you had to get in between two gates within a certain amount of time. And I was
the Trailblazer.
Trailblazer, that's it. And I was flying down a hill, and I just hit the one rock that was on this hill, and it just stopped me dead in my tracks. And just things like that just annoyed me a little bit, which I know it's more me being shit and not keeping an eye out for a rock. But it's just like tiny little things like that just bug me. If you kind of clip like an immovable tree, you'll just stop dead. But really minor things to whinge about. But
if that's the same, is that the Trailblazer that starts at the top of the volcano?
Yeah, it was really. I did it last night, and it was annoying me because I didn't have the fast travel unlocked, so I had to drive all the way up just to start it. And I thought maybe like some of the showcases aren't as epic as I found them in Horizon 4. But I'm picking holes for the sake of it. Fucking amazing.
I was just going to say that Trailblazer, when I done it a day or so ago, I was going full pelt about halfway through it across field, and it done the fucking disconnect me from Forza Online or whatever it's called. So it brought me to a complete stop in first gear when I was going like flat out in seventh. I'm not going to make it now.
Fucking drive back up, start again.
That is pretty much my only gripe with it, is if you want to... So if you come like second and you want to win that event, you can restart it without leaving the event, but you won't get any credits for that entire race you've just done and come in second. Or you can leave the event and then pay credits to fast travel or drive all the way back. So that's literally my only gripe that I found so far with the game.
It's not a bad gripe to have, though, is it? Where that's
it's
the
not,
only thing.
No.
The only thing that I was going to say is that I don't like the fact that fast travel is locked behind a 2 million credit house.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But that's literally it.
Basically, all my gripes are with fast travel.
Yeah. What about yourself, Gaz?
I'm a car guy, and if you saw what Forza, the reason behind the creation of Forza Horizon is quite genius, really, is to tap into actual car culture is so diverse. So they thought, let's tap into that. And with that, they immediately harnessed the festival convoy feel as well. And I don't think they've done, I know the name is Horizon Festival, but I think they've kind of gone a bit too far beyond that. And I'm talking about the story bits, like, the cutscenes and stuff. The humor is so shit. I mean, if you genuinely laugh at that, just know you've got a shit sense of humor.
It's like I've written it.
Yeah, it's so dry. It's like Theresa May's vagina. But it's just dry. It's really dry. Just and I think that needs to change. So and there are ways around that. I think
Hire writers is one thing, but one of the things they could do is have a story mode. Now, people think that's silly, but it's actually an extension of what they're doing already. And it works in the Need for Speed games.
Yeah, it does. And, it could actually, forget the story. Well, let me park the story to one side. But, this whole thing about... I also find this Drivatars, not the Drivatars, but the avatars so silly. It's just like... Yeah, he's doing this silly chicken dance and all that. That's fine. Give people, the power to do that. But the serious element of car culture is cool as well. They didn't get that many options in terms of customizing a character. That was very limited. So there's that. It's a very conservative upgrade from what came before. Okay, so it's admirable. They've added prosthetics. That's great. But a little bit more thought in that, more customization on that front would be great. So my idea is and they kind of did it in the old Forza Horizon. When you went on online, you kind of were in a lobby with other cars, random people online. But imagine they make you make this avatar. Why not just go online and in a lobby and have a car meet? And I did this in my video review. Have a car meet convoy like Fast and Furious. Everyone's showing their car off in the car park. You know how it is, a bunch of chavs like we do here. But
McDonald's car park, 2 a.m. Vauxhall Nova, meet me there.
Vauxhall Nova, yeah, with underlights. But that kind of stuff would be amazing. This would take it to a whole new level, because then you'd show off your original liveries, your car. There's so much freedom there. You show your character off as well. How that's where they really kind of missed a touch on it. But I get it, cross-gen, all that development and all that. Maybe they need to churn that out. So they've missed a beat. There's a lot of potential though with that. So yeah,
I can think is the start of Too Fast, Too Furious, when you're going from car to car, and all the sound systems are going off. I would genuinely love to have that car meet in there. I know that there was an element of that in Forza Horizon 4. I'm fairly certain where
3.
It was in number 3, wasn't it? Yeah. And they have lost that a bit and gone with the sort of cartoony, like you say, doing the fucking emotes and all that shit.
It's actually like Fast and Furious. Sorry to interrupt you there. Fast and Furious, it was actually about cars, and now it's about cars going to fucking space.
I've spoken about this before. What was the storyline? What was the storyline of the first Fast and Furious film? What were they doing? They were stealing DVD players. That was the storyline, right? Yeah. They were driving in fucking Toyota Supras to steal DVD players out of the back of a moving truck. And in Fast and the Furious 9, they drive to the fucking moon. They drive their car into space.
So I haven't watched any Fast and Furious past,
right? I'll tell you
the third one.
Shaun,
they genuinely drive to the moon?
Shaun,
in the
you
one?
Talk about what you enjoy in Forza for a little bit longer, and I'm going to send you a video in Discord right now.
But Shaun, that's what they're going to space. That's not even the crazy part.
They drive their car into a fucking satellite, and they get picked up by the space station.
Shut up.
And I'm not joking.
Oh my god, really?
And you see fucking Ludacris in a fucking Nissan Silvia in space, just drifting past the fucking space station, and he knocks on the window of the space station, and they open the door and let him in.
It's like a fever dream.
Right, Fast and the Furious rocket car.
What the fuck?
I've never watched the Fast and Furious film.
They launch a fucking car to the moon, and I'm not even joking.
It's horrendous. It's horrendous. You know what the scene that really pisses me? I genuinely you are taking the urine here. This is the one where you really do not respect any part of my intellect. Forget going into space, man. There is a scene in one of the Fast and Furious. I haven't even watched the trailer. I was like, oh, go fuck yourself. This is taking the piss. And genuinely, I was actually, and very few things make me angry. This trailer made me angry. There's a scene where Dom is driving, and he's about to jump off a cliff. In his car, he's driving.
Yeah, I know this.
The cliff. And Letty's like, "You're not doing what I think you're doing." I was like, what the fuck is he doing? He's going to jump off the cliff. No, he sees a wooden bridge and says, "You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drive into this wooden bridge, drift my car in such a way that the wooden fucking thing that's hitting that's one part of the bridge is going to then get tangled in my wheel and swing me across like I'm fucking Nathan Drake into the next mountain."
Fucking George of the
On a
Jungle.
wooden bridge. Are you fucking taking the piss? I was like, I couldn't believe this. You put this in the trailer as well. Just like you literally are sticking your smegma-ridden cock in my face and saying fuck you. And that's just such a piss take. Such a piss take.
I would pay so much money for you to do a watch along with Forza thing.
So yeah, I've typed in Fast and the Furious official rocket car trailer, and Shaun, I'm not even going to insult your intelligence by showing you this because it's so bad. But let me just tell you that it is a Nissan Silvia with 5 jet rockets attached to it being dropped out the back of a cargo plane. And they launch it to the moon. They were stealing DVD players in the first film. That was the story. That was the entire story. Was they were stealing DVD players. They drive to the moon.
Fucking hell.
There is literally a scene in a Fast and the Furious film, right, where Dom Toretto, whatever he's called, right, he jumps out of a car doing 200 miles an hour out of the front windscreen to catch a woman in midair, who then smashes into a car windscreen, and he turns around and goes, "That was a close one." It's so stupid.
Oh mate, you know what? You know when that happened and I was in the cinema, my face was like I was literally prolapsing as that was happening. I was just like, "Are you shitting me?" But the thing that really took the piss is I have a friend of mine. He's like this roided up big gym guy. Like he is like the muscly guy. He hasn't even seen Shawshank Redemption, but he's seen every Fast and Furious. The piece of shit. I have such shit friends. I have such shit friends. And he's just like, he's sitting in front of me with his fucking roid rage, and he's just like, he turns around and he goes, "Bruv, that's sick." I'm like, "Go fuck yourself." That is like, what the hell, man?
So yeah, Forza's pretty good.
So do we all want a Fast and Furious expansion for expansion number 1 for Forza?
No, thank you.
Where we go from Mexico to the moon.
I think they released a Fast and Furious game on the same day. I'm sure they did. I might buy it just to review it.
Has it got 3 million players at the moment?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think so.
What's it called?
Oh man, that was a good tangent.
I don't know where to go from there. The moon. Oh my god! Should we wrap this up and do game in 60 seconds, Shaun?
Oh man.
Did we even talk that much about Forza?
No.
I think it's fine, man.
I can't remember.
It's good. It's all right. They steal some DVD players. I don't know. Fuck it. Fuck it.
My jaw hurt.
I think we need to do a Gamers Watch, Game On Daily, Fast and Furious 9 watch along very soon. That has to happen.
Oh man.
So, Shaun.
Oh yes.
For all of the people that don't know, please can you explain what is Game in 60 seconds?
Game in 60 seconds is where we have 60 seconds to describe a game, but it doesn't take 60 seconds. It takes about 3 or 5 seconds because they're a bit shit. And
Yeah,
it's called Game in 60 seconds because we like Nicolas Cage and he's in a film called Gone in 60 Seconds. So
I'm thinking we should change it to the Game and the Gamiest. I think that in lieu of the Fast and the Furious, the Gamest and the Gamiest is what we're going to call it this week. So, Shaun, if you can do a Fast and the Furious crossover cover of Game in 60 Seconds and the Fast and the Furious, that would be great. Is that right?
That ain't happening.
Fuck. All right. So let's go through last week's clues. Now, Shaun, we're going to start with your one that's going to be for the YouTube viewers on the screen now, which is a picture of Tim Curry, who had 2 babies in dog boxes running away from
with Candyland written on the side.
Written on them, running away from a screaming woman. And what was that?
That game was It Takes Two.
And I was very happy with that one.
Tim Curry, as everyone knows, is Pennywise in It, and he's taken 2 children.
There we go.
Nice.
My one was terrible, and it was Jesus Christ, that really hurts after a hot curry, and that was Ring of Fire.
Ring of Pain, wasn't it?
Ring of Pain. Yeah, couldn't even get the name of the game right. Yeah, Ring of Pain. That's how good that one was. Connor's was I'm driving through a gallery, which is The Art of Rally. And Duncan, your one. Your one was
Behind Lips, hard-working, going places.
Okay, what is that?
That was Arstria ascending, because it's behind lips arse, hard-working is a trier, going places ascending, Arstria ascending.
So good.
Oh, fucking snorting and everything.
I heard that one.
Oh, I'm going on the diet.
Jesus. So for this one, Gaz, what we're going to need you to do is hop into the Discord script channel, because Shaun posts his amazing Photoshop jobs in there. But first, you have a game in 60 seconds for us this week, don't you?
Yeah, I do. What do I do? Just tell you.
You literally just tell us the clue.
Okay.
We'll try and guess, and if we don't, tell us what it is and we bleep it out after.
Okay. The clue is time of the month.
Oh. Okay. Time of the month.
Oh, I know what it is.
What is that?
Is it?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, guess it. Go for it.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god! Well, I have to change my clue because that was going to be mine. Yeah, I'll give you that one. That's much better than my clue for it. Okay, I don't know where to go from there. Duncan, what's your clue this week?
Hang on, just give me a sec. Oh, face hurts. Okay. Bar steward, half a dozen cans of Rio, please.
What? Sorry, what was that?
Bar steward, half a dozen cans of Rio, please.
What? No way. Is that?
Yeah.
Oh no. That's so stupid.
Yeah. That's not my best.
Okay. My one is Mindy likes them ginger. Mindy likes them ginger. And that is
I was going to say I didn't know what the game was.
Yeah. That's not as good as either of your ones, so I'll just let that wet fart sit there for a minute. Now, Shaun, please show us what you've got.
Roll up. Mine is it's a bit of a feud going on. I don't know if it's a two-way feud or if it's just me taking things personally. But there was a couple episodes ago when I wasn't on, when Boxenberg was on, and I made myself some toast and recorded it.
Yeah,
and
no one will probably remember that because no one actually watched that podcast episode.
And also was eating the toast when I interrupted your terrible Microsoft Paint game in 6 seconds.
Yes.
Some people decided to comment saying that my toast wasn't toasted enough and that it was basically just bread. So I've taken that personally. Someone say this step is petty or a step too far. I say it's a step not enough. So my game in 6 seconds will be with you in 3, 2, 1. Bam.
Oh no. This charcoal is much better than Shaun's actual toast. I too prefer the taste of burnt bread over proper toast. And that, for all the people on YouTube watching, is Paul and Zoe from This'll Do Gaming, who are some of our listeners who have a segment where they literally watch our podcast and guess the game in 60 seconds clues.
Oh, that's cool.
So, Shaun, what game is this?
This, Harry, is...
Very good.
That's great.
Oh, Shaun, you've done it. You've peaked. We have to end. Like we can never do game in 60 seconds again. You've broken the fourth wall. You've shattered the illusion, and that's probably my favourite one you've ever done. Don't know where to go from there. Should we just fucking end this thing?
To the moon.
To the fucking moon.
To the moon.
Gaz, honestly, mate, it has been wicked having you on. It's been an absolute bloody laugh, and my cheeks are hurting, and I'm not going to tell you which ones. Honestly, it's been so much fun. It's been wicked to have you on. I'm so glad we could make this happen. Just one more time for the people out there. If people want to find you on Twitter, on YouTube, on all the socials, how can they find you?
So on Twitter, I am Gaz On Daily. On Instagram, I'm also Gaz On Daily, but I only seem to get friend requests there from rappers. Don't ask me why. But that's closed off, so I'm not going to accept you there, actually.
Tinchy Strider just jumping in the DMs there.
Yeah.
Tinchy Strider, where'd you get that from?
Tinchy Strider, wow.
20 years
that's
ago.
been a while.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, the So Solid crew. Is that better? Fucking hell.
Hey, Harry.
Yeah, so yeah, you can Gaz On Daily on Twitter. And yeah, Gaz on my own website that hopefully people will one day use. But yeah,
Go and use it.
use it. And thank you again. Thank you so much.
No, it's not a
for
problem, mate. It's been wicked.
hosting. Such a laugh, man. Especially the Fast and Furious talk. I know it's not gaming related, but that killed me.
That might be my favourite bit of the podcast we've ever done. Getting irrationally angry. Over Fast and Furious.
Irrational. It's not irrational.
Oh, shit, I've set him off again. Oh, fuck.
But no, thank you so much, man. It was an absolute blast. And I can't wait for you guys to hit it and go to the moon. I'm sorry, I should put it in my head now. But yeah, thank you so much, man. Absolute blast.
A problem at all. Duncan, thank you for accepting my sincerest apologies from last week.
That's all right, you can.
Thank you. And from me, Harry, keep on listening. And from you, Shaun,
Keep on gaming.
there we go. End of episode. Thank you very much, Gaz. It has been super duper fun.
Oh, mate, it was a lot of fun. Man. I fucking didn't use my auto-tune.
Duncan, I completely forgot we've got to do your little Where the Bees Make Honey review, haven't we?
Yeah, our new segment, Game Wanks. Yeah.
So,
Game Wanks.
So
Yeah.
I tell you what, Gaz, do you want to introduce Game Wanks with auto-tune on?
Yeah, let me set that
Okay. Gaz,
Am I just saying the name of the Game Wanks?
if you could literally just say,
Game Wanks, yeah.
you are listening to the Gamers Watch podcast. Welcome to Game Wanks.
You are listening to the Gamer Watch podcast. Welcome to Game Wanks.
And that's the intro. Thank you, Gaz, for the intro to our newest segment, Game Wanks.
Oh man, that's horrendous. That'll probably be for one episode, but yeah.
No, we are using that every single time.
Even if there's no Game Wanks on an episode, I'm just playing that.
Because we can just splice out the Game Wanks bit and that can be the intro.
Oh my god.
Thank you for that golden nugget, Gaz.
So,
Duncan, you have been playing an absolute piece of shit, haven't you?
Sorry. I'm crying my eyes out. Sorry. Need a minute.
Hang on.
That's all right. Take as much time as you need, mate. I can't wait to listen to this back.
Thanks, Gaz, for that great intro. So I bought this game a couple of weeks ago called Where the Bees Make Honey, and a friend of the show, Dave from Complete Xbox, said there's a little gamer score competition between us three. So I thought, well, I'll jump on, get some easy G's, and it's the worst game I've ever played. Fucking piece of shit, utter fucking piece of shit. Like I played through it twice as well, if you can believe it, because I wanted to 100% it and everything. So it's one of these really like wanky autobiographical games. Obviously, Unpacking was, autobiographical to tell a lovely story. This is fucking bullshit. It's about a girl who works for a telemarketing company, who has some kind of weird mental breakdown in the office on her own, and then starts thinking about all these bits where she was a kid. And then for some reason, you during the levels, remember Fez, where like the thing where it's like you spin the camera around to collect a thing.
Yeah, I remember.
It's you got some levels that are like that. But you complete them in 10 seconds. They're so fucking easy. But then there's other, like, in between the levels, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but they will splice literally half a second of like some old family footage of like a family playing in the garden, and then that'll be it. And then it'll carry on to the next bit. And then there'll be some fucking bollocks exposition. And she's like, oh, I really miss sitting in the grass in the woods when I was a kid and wearing a dress. Oh, what's next? And then she'll be running through a kitchen, but there's like a pencil stacked on some cookies. I can't. It's so fucking bad. But it looks like shit. And then so the whole point of this game is you're supposed to be collecting these little honeycombs, which is presumably where the name of the game comes from. But then you get a section of the game where all of a sudden you're in this little remote control car and you have to fucking drive it forwards for like 5 minutes, and you can imagine it's not very fun. And then you get to this open area and there's these honeycombs, and it's like Forza, where you see people nodding off a hill to get a fast travel board in a pylon. I'm thinking, it's going to be the same thing, so I'm going to have to do a run up, fling off this little mound to try and get this honeycomb. But I couldn't do it, and I literally spent 20 minutes just fighting about, and I thought, I've got to look at a fucking guide. Turns out you were never supposed to get them anyway, so I've spent even longer in this fucking cunt of a game. And then the next fucking section, it's like a Halloween bit, and oh my god! So all you do is you just walk right the entire time. You're walking right for like 3 minutes, and you've got to occasionally avoid like these little pumpkins. And then in this section, there's this massive pumpkin that rolls towards you. So you've got to run all the way the fuck back, and then the pumpkin shrinks to nothing, and then you've got to run forward again. Does any of this make any sense? Because this is literally how fucking stupid this game is. Wait till you see the footage.
Not one thing that you said just made any sense to me.
Wait till you see the footage. But then as you're doing it, it's like they've got some fucking Swedish indie singer called Aurora or whatever just to do some wanky song over it. It's like ghouls and ghosts are haunting me fucking the most. Oh my god, it's so shit. And then
that was Avicii featuring Avicii.
Avicii.
I just, for some reason, pictured the Swedish chef from the Muppets with that bit.
Oh. And then, so the end of the game, to give it some kind of depth, you make a choice where your character, who is for some reason at work, but then she's looking at all of these pictures of her childhood. Why would you take that to the office? I don't understand why you take a box of your childhood photos to the office and leave them in your drawer. Fucking nuts. And then she comes to, so presumably that's where the levels of the memories, I suppose so. And then she's sitting there, and then there's a phone ringing in the middle of the floor because she's a telemarketer. But you've got an option like, don't pick up the phone or pick up the phone. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I won't pick up the phone then. And she flips the fuck out. She's like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to take control of my life. Now, I've worked in a call centre before. They're shit jobs, and you just sit there and dream about what you're going to do with your life the whole time. But you don't absolutely go mental. And then she flings the phone out the window. Like, no regard for anyone who's like down on street level. Could have killed someone, but she's so pissed off with this job. Shuts the phone out the window. Game ends. Game wank. Shit. Watch the footage when on the video. Fucking terrible. And I like to play it again to get another 300 gamer score. I like to play through it again. And George was sitting there with me.
Duncan.
No, I had to do it. And Georgia's watching me play it. She's like, "What the fuck is this? Terrible, garbage."
She loves bees.
Exactly.
Bees.
She's got a business named after bees. So that's probably why I bought it. And it's made by a guy called Brian Wilson. You pretentious fucking arsehole, Brian. Fuck you, Brian Wilson of Wakefield Interactive. You're a piece of shit, mate. No. I'm not being unfair, because at the end of this fucking game, right, he's put a video of himself coding the fucking thing. You idiot. I know what you look like now. I'm going to walk around Leeds or Wakefield or wherever, because that's where Team 17 are, and they never got back to me about the job application. Now Wakefield, I remember this. Fuck bullshit. And then it's a Kickstarter game as well. And then there's literally like 200 people like have put money towards this. I would be so pissed off, man, if I got this off the Kickstarter. I'd rather lose my money than receive this as a gift. It's like getting a gift in Mum on Christmas Day and it's a dirty knickers. You know, it's that fucking terrible. Awful fucking shit. And do you know one of the backers, Phil Fish, who made Fez? I can't believe it.
Wow,
fucking shit.
What
bollocks.
A start to Game Wanks. That's the
I'd
first episode of Game Wanks.
I'd rather 100% The Good Life than fucking play this piece of shit.
This review goes out to Emily Quinn, who loves Angry Duncan.
Yeah, cheers, Emily.
Bye.
Have you captured enough footage?
Oh shit!
How long was that?
That was about 4 minutes.
How long you got?
Was it? I think so. Let me check.
Part of his review is checking if he's got enough review footage.
It's getting longer.
Look, because I'm not going to fucking do. I'm not going to go and replay the fucking game like The Good Life. I'm not going through that shit again. Do you know how many times I had to re-record that extra footage?
Imagine IGN halfway through the review being like, hang on a second, have I got enough review footage for this? Yes, I do. 8 out of 10. And on that is the end of Game Wanks.
Game Wanks.